Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about all the struggles of breastfeeding. And yes, I say struggles because for me, breastfeeding has been a huge challenge and I switched over to exclusively pumping. So yeah, I'm going to talk more about breastfeeding and what has happened, what has worked, and hopefully the next time around on my second child I will be able to breastfeed more easily, I guess you could say. But yeah, so today I'm going to be talking about that, and I'm also in my daughter's room. I'm cleaning up a lot of her clothes that I had to pack up because she grew out of a lot of them. She's now in 9 to 12 months. She's right in between, but I have to put away a lot of her 6 months clothes. So come and take a look at that. So these are all the clothes that do not fit her anymore. Some of them she didn't even get to wear. Like, there's so many cute clothes. Some of them, the clothes were like for summertime and we're now in winter, so she didn't get to wear those. She grew out of them. And then some she honestly skipped the 6 to like the 3 to 6 and the like 6 to 9 month, and she went straight into 9 months clothing. So all of this I have to pack up and store it because we do plan to have more children, and once we do decide on when we're going to have more children, then I'll go ahead and take out those clothing. For now, I'm going to store everything. Maybe we'll have another girl, maybe we won't, but for now I'm just gonna save all of her clothes that she got because she really didn't get to use a lot of them, and I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to dress her up as much as I wanted to. But like I said, she grew out of them, and some of them, they weren't even for season that we are currently in. So yeah, we'll see. I'm going to save everything, and her room is just like a total disaster. I've just been using it for like really storage, like I said, just for her clothing. So I'm going to pack all her clothes up, and then I am like, her drawers are kind of empty, you guys, because this is what fits her. These are like the 9-month clothing. So she really doesn't have much. Like, I just need to reorganize all of this stuff. Like, this is her socks and her little blankets, and then we have her shoes and some more stuff over here. But yeah, and we have more clothing actually right here. But this clothing is all new and it is her size. So all of this clothing came from my sister-in-law in North Carolina. So thank you to Thea Marissa for sending all of these cute clothes. I had told my sister-in-law that Genesis does not have like 12-month clothing and that she's growing so fast. So she was nice enough to go ahead and send like a package full of clothes for Genesis. So these are all 12-month clothing, which I'm so thankful for because Genesis will now have clothes and I don't really have to shop for her. And this is more than enough because with kids, they don't even get to wear all their clothes. I really only wear a couple outfits, like the same outfits over and over again. I try to put her other cute outfits, but for some reason I just keep going to the same outfits. Hey everyone, so I just want to jump into breastfeeding and why it has been a struggle for me. So first things first, breastfeeding is not as easy as you would think it is. At least for me, it is not, and I know there are other women who have had struggles with breastfeeding as well. So this video is going to be a more realistic video. It's not like, oh, like breastfeeding is easy, like you should do it. No, it's challenging, and you do need either classes on breastfeeding, you need to YouTube videos for breastfeeding, or you need to speak to a mom who has experience in breastfeeding, or hire a lactation consultant, which is what I did. I hope this video helps the moms out there, first time moms or first time thinking about breastfeeding. So moving forward, I'm in the hospital and I obviously decided that I wanted to breastfeed from day one because God has given us women boobs, breast, and he has been able to provide us with milk that is for our babies. Like, our breast milk is uniquely for our babies, and when you latch your baby onto your breast and their saliva goes onto your breast, your baby's saliva actually tells your body what it should be producing, and like it also has vitamins for your baby on what to produce, which is amazing that God has designed our bodies like that, so our bodies know like what to produce for our children. So naturally I want to be able to breastfeed, right? And this is why I tell like a lot of moms and encourage moms to breastfeed. Our bodies were made for that. We're women. Like God designed our bodies perfectly and uniquely for our child. So anyways, moving forward, I thought I was going to be able to just pop out my boob and breastfeed my baby girl, but that wasn't the case. So when I delivered my baby, and I'm, you know, trying to like breastfeed her and I put her on, it just wasn't happening. She wasn't latching. I couldn't even, TMI, but I couldn't even get like my nipple to come out, you know? So I don't know, it was just very overwhelming because I had just had my baby. I have all these hormones and I'm thinking like, oh my God, I cannot feed her. Like she's going to starve, you know? I did not want to give my child formula, because formula comes with a lot of added ingredients. It comes with like palm oil, it comes with soy, it comes with so many added ingredients. We all know that oils and added ingredients that are not healthy for our bodies, it causes inflammation, it causes digestive issues. And for you to give your newborn child formula like once they come out of the womb, that's just, I don't know, that's already calling for, you know, health issues for your baby. So I was just very nervous because formula has very bad ingredients, and obviously if you can't breastfeed, if you're having trouble or you have to go to work, then obviously you're going to use formula for your child, because a lot of people say that fed is best, which yes, but at the same time, if you are producing breast milk for your child, then it's best to give your baby that breast milk, because it's perfect for our babies, instead of giving like some fake formula stuff with all these added ingredients that just give your baby health issues like right out the womb. I don't know, I don't agree with that. Obviously you got to do what you got to do, but anyway, so I was devastated that she was just not latching and I just couldn't do it, right? So I had to give Genesis formula, which is they only have Similac and Enfamil, I believe, at the hospitals. So I think to all the moms out there, first-time moms, or if you're planning to breastfeed, definitely buy a backup formula that is healthy for your child, that has, you know, less added ingredients or no soy or just, you know, things that aren't healthy. Try to do your research on those formulas, and I think you should definitely buy one for backup and take it with you to the hospital, because I didn't do that. I just thought I'd go straight into breastfeeding, but that didn't. I just thought I'd go straight into breastfeeding, but that wasn't the case. So I had to use their formula, and I was just sad. And I don't know, you guys, like I literally thought my child was going to starve, because I was like, what's going on? Like, why can't she latch? Why can't I breastfeed? Like, why didn't I do more research on this? And I don't know, my family, they don't breastfeed. I think I'm the only one who does, but no one in my family has ever breastfed. It's always been formula. And I don't know, that's just not me, you know? So because I was just having struggles, the nurses didn't really know how to help at all. I asked for a lactation consultant at the hospital, because usually they provide you with a free lactation consultant. I don't know if that's free for everybody. I would assume so, unless, you know, your insurance covers it or whatever. But I had asked for one and she never showed up. We were in the hospital for about 4 days because of my labor. After I gave labor, I did hemorrhage and I did get a fever. So I had to stay in the hospital much longer than I expected. That's like a whole nother story, and I still want to do like a labor video as well, but I haven't got to that. So anyways, we asked for the lactation consultant. She never came until the very last day that I was there at the hospital. I told the nurse, I'm like, hey, you know what, we're getting discharged today, just forget about the lactation consultant, we don't need her. And they're like, oh no, like she's on her way, like you're next. And I'm like, no, like it's fine, like I'm leaving. And I think because I said that, then the nurses were like, okay, like we need to get the lactation consultant to come like ASAP. The lactation consultant came and I was like, hey, like I just, you know, I want to breastfeed my baby, but it's not working out. I don't know what's wrong. So they checked my baby for tongue ties and lip ties, but no, she didn't have anything. It turns out, TMI, but this video, obviously I want to be real with you guys and I want to help the other women who might be experiencing this. But I have inverted nipples, or like shorter nipples, and my baby has a very high pellet, so it just didn't work out. Like my nipples were just not long enough for her high pellet, and that was why. So I mean, I guess that's kind of like my fault in a way, but not really, because I obviously didn't know that was gonna happen. But the good news is that you could fix that issue, and to fix that issue you actually just buy this little piece. Where is it? And you could solve that by purchasing this nipple shield. So you guys could see this. This goes right obviously onto your nipple. You just put it on there, and it just will attach right to you. It actually brings out your nipple, and your baby could latch onto you, so you could use this if you really want to breastfeed. The other thing is this little tool right here. So this actually, you just put this onto your nipple and squeeze it or whatever, and it pulls it out, so that way your baby could latch as well. So if you are having problems with short inverted nipples or whatever, and you really want to breastfeed, buy these two products. Okay, ladies, buy them. You won't regret them. I do use them sometimes, but I had to decide if I was going to just exclusively pump or if I was going to try doing both. I did try doing both, but it was just getting too overwhelmed. It was just getting overwhelming for me, because Genesis, I don't know, she just didn't want the nipple, because I had already started giving her a bottle. I think she had gotten used to that. The other thing is that we had a pediatrician come talk to us, and I was telling her about like my struggles with breastfeeding, and you know, this lady had the nerve to say that she was formula fed and that she still graduated from a college. I just like, me and my husband just kind of like looked at each other, and then I looked at her and I was like, okay. Like she literally said like, because she was formula fed, that's gonna get you to college or whatever. Like that has nothing to do with what I was talking about. Being able to breastfeed your baby and give them breast milk is actually extremely healthy for your child and will give them less health issues, and that is why I chose to breastfeed, because I know the health benefits that it has for my baby. And if you're actually sick, like you as a mom are sick and you're breastfeeding, your body will give antibodies to your baby through breast milk. So there's so many reasons why you should breastfeed. And yeah, the pediatrician literally said like, I'm just like, I don't care about what got you to college, because it wasn't because you were breastfed or formula fed. Breastfeeding, you should be encouraging it because it has so many health benefits for newborn babies. Even when babies are in the NICU, you could ask to give your child breast milk because they know that it has many health benefits. So yeah, okay. Anyways, so that really ticked me off. Why would they encourage you to give something unhealthy to your child when you have something that's perfectly healthy? With all those struggles right in the hospital for those 4 days, I finally got home, and I actually called up a third-party lactation consultant. So I heard very great things about this lactation consultant through my midwife and through other people. Actually, my birth instructor also encouraged me to hire a lactation consultant, like a third party outside of the hospital. So we did. As soon as we got home, that lactation consultant, she came immediately to my house, because me and my husband were blowing her up and telling her like, hey, you know, she can't breastfeed, baby's not eating, like, can you please meet us at our house like when we get home from the hospital? And she's like, yeah, like, of course. So we hired her, she came over, and it was the best thing. So I highly recommend to hire a lactation consultant. She didn't just help with breastfeeding, but she also helped with pumping, and she helped with a schedule for me to pump. So it's supposed to be every 2 to 3 hours, I believe it is. And then at nighttime, you can't go over a certain amount of hours without pumping. So that's the schedule that I actually stuck to. Like I was on top of pumping for months, like the 2 to 3 hours mark. I'm not going over certain, you know, time without pumping. I would get up in the middle of the night. So I did all of that the way I was supposed to, and my milk finally came in, because the first 2 weeks I did not have any milk. So I actually had to substitute breast milk for formula, which was like for a month, I believe it was, until I was able to produce enough breast milk. So ladies, this is your encouragement: do not give up on breastfeeding, because your body just needs to, especially if you're a first-time mom, your body needs to learn to do what it's supposed to do. And the more you pump or breastfeed, the more your milk supply is going to increase. So I continued with pumping every single day, every night, for months. I think it was 3 months where I was tight on my schedule, like I would not mess up. And then slowly but surely I started increasing my milk supply, and I was so happy. I was so thankful. My husband was encouraging me the entire time. He's always encouraged me for everything that I wanted to do. But when it comes to our child's health, he's really there to make sure like we're both on top of what we are supposed to be doing. So thank you to my husband for encouraging me to not give up, because there are so many times, you guys, where I wanted to give up. It is not easy to breastfeed, but it's so worth it, because your baby is getting so many health benefits from you. So definitely I encourage breastfeeding so much. Yeah. So hire a lactation consultant so you guys could write up a schedule. And she even told me the same thing about, you know, if I wanted to latch my baby, it was going to take some time. But she did say, like, after a while, if I'm not latching her, then she's going to get used to the bottle. And that's kind of what happened. And I kind of just let that be, like, okay, like, she's gonna get used to the bottle, it is what it is, but at least, like, I'm able to give her breast milk. So the next time around, I don't know, we'll see. I think I'll be much better at learning how to breastfeed. Hopefully, you know, God willing, I will be successful in that department, but we shall see for the second child. Oh yeah, and the other thing, you should take your breast pump with you to the hospital, just in case you run into any problems with breastfeeding, or if you don't want to formula feed your child and you're having problems. Definitely bring your pump to the hospital, and if you can bring your extra formula, your backup formula that you've done research with and that you're happy with and satisfied to give to your child. I should have done those things, but again, I didn't know any of this stuff was going to happen. And I had asked the nurses if I could use one of their pumps, but they're like, no. Actually, I don't even know why they said no, but I had asked, like, hey, like, do you guys have a pump that I could borrow? And they said no, except for, I think the night before I left, there was one nurse. She was probably in her 50s. She was super nice, and she saw that I was struggling with trying to latch, and she's like, hey, you know what, like, I have a breast pump for you, like, let me go get it. So she came in, she brought the breast pump. It was huge. It was like a really good one. I think for retail it sold for like $1,300, because me and my husband looked it up. We were like, dang, we need one of these. But yeah, we saw the price. We're like, does it come with somebody to like prepare your bottles too for $1,300? Yeah, insane. But it worked really well. So I am so thankful for that nurse, that she actually helped me on my last night there, because I was able to start pumping and learn how to use the machine. So yeah, nurses, you guys could really break or make an experience for somebody. So thank you to that nurse, because she really made my experience much better being a first-time mom and being in the hospital. She just really took care of me. She made me feel like so, you know, like I'm doing a great job. And she didn't make me feel dumb. She made me feel like, you know, you got this, mom. It's going to take time, but just continue and you got it. That was so heartwarming for me, because yeah, it was literally just me and my husband in the hospital, and my mother-in-law, she came as much as she could, so she helped so much. So that was my hospital breastfeeding experience. Other than that, I mean, the hospital experience was great. I didn't really have any other bad problems. They were really there to take care of me, except for when the nurses were like, no, you can't use a breast pump, or you know what, just formula feed your baby, it doesn't matter. So those things kind of threw me off, but other than that, it didn't like scare me away or anything. I mean, it is what it is, you know. And another reason why I'm so like hesitant to use formula is because there is an ingredient in there. You guys could all look this up, but it's called Quiroga. Carrageen, Carrageen, but I don't know how to pronounce it. But if you look up that ingredient, it actually is known to cause cancer, and that's just really scary. Like, your newborn is born healthy. Your babies are not born sick. They're not born with all these problems, digestive issues or cancers and stuff, you know. In rare occasions, yes, there are, but for a newborn baby, 1 day old, 1 hour old, and you have to give them formula that is known to cause cancer, like, that's just really scary and doesn't sit well with me. So definitely look up your formulas before giving that to your child. I understand that moms got to do what they got to do, and you know, in my case right now, I'm still exclusively pumping, but I noticed that I am not producing as much as I was before. I am 6 months postpartum, and I think that's probably why, because my baby does not latch and her saliva is not getting onto my nipple and into my body. So my body doesn't really exactly know that I am still breastfeeding. I'm just pumping. And so I'm kind of getting worried about that because I have seen a dip in my supply. But moms, if you guys have any info on how to bring my supply up, please let me know in the comments, because I'm getting worried. And I know my daughter's already 6 months. She's going to start eating soon. I mean, in certain cases, obviously, I'm going to have to formula feed, but I'm just kind of sad. It kind of sucks. But I did do a good job. I mean, I've been pumping for 6 months straight. Like, it goes by really fast. I know it is overwhelming, and there are some days where you want to quit, but don't do it. Don't quit. You know, just pray. That's what I did a lot. And have your spouse pray for you too. My husband is always praying, and I could feel it. I feel his prayers, because there are days where I want to give up, and Satan is just like, you know, just give up. Who cares? Like, you already made it this far. Your baby's fine. But I don't know, like, just knowing that I'm a woman and I can produce milk it's just like a blessing, you know. Like, a lot of women can't do that, and it's just a blessing. So I'm trying to make it through until my supply runs out, and if that's soon, then it is what it is. But I'm definitely praying that my supply eventually increases. It is hard, and I have to get up in the middle of the night twice a night to pump, and I still have to feed her, you know. It goes by really fast, because I didn't know how fast 6 months have flown by. Like, it really did fly by. I'm just like, wow, I've been pumping for 6 months straight. That's insane. So moms, I just want to encourage you to keep breastfeeding, keep on doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. There are some times where I'm just, you know, I do cry a little bit, or I do get overwhelmed, or I'm just like, I don't know how many times I've told my husband that I just want to give up and quit, and he's like, no, like, your daughter needs you, you know, like, just think about her. And then I do, because I'm like, yeah, I need to sacrifice myself for my child, and that's what I've been doing. So you guys, that has been my breastfeeding journey. I hope this helps you guys. Oh yeah, and bottles. Actually, let's talk about bottles. So we use Dr. Brown's bottles. The only thing with this is that there are a lot of pieces, but because my daughter did have colic issues for the first 3 months, this is another thing. Doctors will tell you to stop breastfeeding and give your child formula because they have colic. No. That doesn't sit right with me either. Why would your God-given breast milk cause problems to your newborn child? There's no way. But they're saying that formula does not cause problems. That thing is fake, with a lot of added ingredients, and an ingredient that causes cancer. Yeah, that's how you know, like, that the medical system is messed up. Not everyone, not all doctors, and not all nurses, but most of them are messed up. Anyways, so Dr. Brown's bottles. These definitely helped with her colic issues, but she had colic for about 3 months. We kept doing exercises with our baby, like putting her legs up and down, or moving her legs in a circle, and all of that stuff, and eventually she grew out of it. Another thing, if your child has colic, you should definitely see a chiropractor. So a chiropractor could help with a lot of baby issues, such as colic, such as, what is it, when your baby throws up and you just don't know why your baby's throwing up. I think every child should see a chiropractor right after you deliver your baby. Like immediately after, you could see your baby, you could see a chiropractor for your baby. Even 3 days once you get home, your child could see a chiropractor. So yeah, definitely check that out. Much other things that chiropractor could help with, because when your baby is coming out of the birth canal, you know, their arm could get stuck, or their shoulder, or a leg, and the chiropractor could adjust all of those things. So before you guys stop giving your child breast milk, go see a chiropractor, because maybe they could fix that colic issue. That being said, we use Dr. Brown's because it helped with the airflow. My baby also, she was drinking bottles extremely fast, you guys, like very fast with the other bottles that we had. And we were doing research. We were like, okay, like she's drinking these bottles too fast, and then she's crying because her stomach is hurting her. So we're like, what do we do? So we researched all of them, and we came up with the Dr. Brown's that are going to be best. They have a lot of pieces, like I said, but this is for the airflow, so that way your baby is not like chugging all of the milk at once. And yeah, so this is what it is. That's a little stem for the airflow, which helps your baby when they're drinking. The only downside is having to wash all of these parts. Yeah, that's the only thing. I wash her bottles about twice a day, in the morning and at night, because I wash the bottles in the morning from the night before. So she uses about like 3 bottles, and then plus all my pumping parts. So I wash all of those in the morning, and then at night, because obviously she's drinking throughout the day and I'm pumping throughout the day. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of washing parts, but when you know that your baby is healthy and you're contributing to your baby's health, I mean, it's all worth it. Check these bottles out. These have been best for us. They do have glass bottles. I have glass ones as well, but I had bought so many of the plastic ones and I didn't want to throw them out and then buy all glass. So I just stuck with both plastic and glass. The only thing is, glass is better because it's easier to clean, and when you're warming up the bottles, you know how they say that when you warm up plastic, some of the particles like start to like fall into like the milk and stuff. I don't know how true that is, but I'm pretty sure it's true. I just don't want to throw all of these away, because it's like I bought them. It's like throwing money away. So I'm just going to use them, and supposedly these plastics are good. This plastic is a number 5, so it's supposed to like withstand very hot water. So whether you want plastic or glass, Dr. Brown's has both of those, and also with narrow nipples. So I chose these ones because obviously I'm not breastfeeding. You want to use the wide mouth nipples when you're breastfeeding and bottle feeding, so that way it's easier to switch your baby from your boob to your bottle. Because if you use like the narrow and then you try to put them back to your boob, they get confused and they don't open their mouth wide enough. So it's best to use wide mouth nipples if you are breastfeeding and bottle feeding, but if you're just bottle feeding, then the narrow nipples are perfectly fine. So I have all narrow nipples because I'm not breastfeeding. And before I end this video, remember that you're supposed to be changing your nipples as your baby grows. So for these, I just upgraded her nipples to level 3, which is 6 months and older. So they do have premium nipples. They have level 1 nipples. So 0 months and older is level 1, 3 months and over is level 2, 6 months and older is level 3, 9 months and older is level 4, and then you have wide cut, whatever that is. So don't forget that you need to be changing your nipples as your baby grows, because I had no idea. Honestly, I didn't know that you even are supposed to change the nipple sizes, but apparently you are. So don't forget to change the nipple sizes for your baby, because they want more flow. You know, they're getting older, they need that more flow. Okay, you guys, I hope this is very helpful. If you guys have any questions for me, please let me know in the comments below. I'm an open book, like I said. I just want to help the moms out there, because I really didn't have help. My family doesn't breastfeed. I don't really talk to my family much about, I don't know, like I guess my pregnancy journey or like what I'm going through. I think we just have like different views maybe, or just different ways of raising our children. I don't know. I just research everything for myself, because that's how I am. I just want like advice and opinions from everybody, not just like one person and then I just do whatever they say. Like, no, I like to research and like put everything together. So yeah, that's just how I am. But anyways, you guys, that is my story on breastfeeding, and I hope this helps, and just pray that it gets better for me and that my supply does increase. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.